In this video, I'm going to share how you can add calisthenics to your bodybuilding workouts so you can build your most complete physique ever. Now, chances are you're already including calisthenics into your training plan, performing exercises such as the chin-ups or the pull-ups to build your back and your biceps, or the dips to build your chest and your triceps. Have you ever considered doing a handstand push-up to build your shoulders? It's a great alternative to the dumbbell shoulder press that can challenge your delts in a different way. So you're going to want to start off placing your hands on the floor about just a little bit more than shoulder width apart. I like to grip the floor with my fingertips there rather than just placing my palms flat on the floor. And you're going to want to kick your feet up against the wall, have both feet up against the wall to start off here. And if you're a little unsure if you're going to be able to lower yourself all the way down to the ground, you may want to place a yoga block down on the floor there to kind of shorten that distance between your head and the floor. And if you can't get a single handstand push-up here, maybe just work on the negative at first. Again, you can have that yoga block there. You kick your feet up against the wall and you just lower yourself slow and controlled until your head touches that yoga block. Once you get comfortable with that, try to kick up and do multiple reps of that. Then remove that yoga block from the floor and do a one slow negative where your head comes down to the floor. Lower yourself down to the ground, kick back up when you feel ready, do another nice, slow and controlled negative. Come back down, kick yourself back up when you're ready, another slow negative there. So work on that negative strength and then try to, once you're able to push yourself back up, work for reps there. So it is a great challenge. Once you get really good at maybe cranking out 5, 6, 7 handstand push-ups, maybe remove one foot from the wall. So you're just sliding one leg up and down the wall while the other one is kind of stacked up against your, like in a perfect line. Wrist, elbows, shoulders, hips, knees, all the way down to your toes is everything in a nice line with that one leg that's out away from the wall. And then you can progress from there to an actual handstand push-up. Again, you'll need to do a handstand first. You'll be able to master the art of that, which takes practice in and of itself. Now, again, if you're on the gym floor and you don't really want to be kicking up against the wall during your workout like that, you can always either do them before you go to the gym on their way to the workout there, or after your workout when you get back home, or go into the aerobics room or one of the multi-purpose rooms there. That's exactly what I do. Usually I do it after my weight training session. After every weight training session, I go down to the fuel room and I spend 10 to 15 minutes working on my handstand practice. And I'm now at a point where I can consistently hold a handstand for more than 30 seconds. I nailed one in my class the other day. I wish I had a timer on that. It was my longest handstand ever, but really getting comfortable with that. And the great thing with a handstand alone in and of itself, great for building my forearm strength, just gripping onto the floor like that. You're constantly trying to adjust your balance so the forearms are working like crazy there. A lot of body awareness, contracting a lot of different muscles in your body. Like everything is tight and controlled. Nothing is relaxed or you're going to lose that handstand there. So it's really a great full body exercise there, but also great for shoulder stability and shoulder strength in and of itself. So I'll go do handstand practice after every single workout, and then if it's a shoulder day or a push day, I'll go down there and do, in addition to the handstands, do some handstand push-ups, work on that strength. So one thing I have noticed, pound for pound, I'm pretty freaking strong when it comes to the dumbbell shoulder press. I weigh 148 pounds at 48 years young. I think I'm pretty freaking strong when it comes to that. 75-pound dumbbells for reps is I think pretty damn good for where I'm at this stage of the game here. So I have great shoulder strength and I can do usually about 6 or 7 handstand push-ups, but if I try to drop a handstand to a forearm stand, I couldn't do it at first. And I realized, holy smokes, I'm weak when I get away from that stacked plane of motion, straight up and down plane of motion. So when I'm starting to come away from the wall a little bit, dropping my elbows down, it was a weakness in the shoulders and a weakness in the triceps there. So I had to develop that kind of strength, very strong in any kind of tricep exercise, very strong in a lot of shoulder exercises, but not when it came to that plane of motion there. Again, getting much better at that now. And then when I tried to transition from a crow to a handstand, so elbows are bent, but a lot of my body weight is back behind me. My shoulders are kind of forward a little bit more. I didn't have that strength to push myself up to a handstand from that position. I could get my feet off the ground, but I just couldn't push my body upwards there. I could like try to thrust a little bit, get really awkward, but it wasn't controlled. It wasn't proper. So the way I progressed with that, or I am progressing with that, was just mastering the crow and once again gripping the floor. So really working the forearms, really working the core muscles, really working the shoulders in that kind of leaning forward position there. So developing a strength in that aspect, seeing how long I can hold that, and then progressing to a single leg crow. So getting one leg up in the air there and trying to hold that position. Then from the single leg crow, being able to kick myself up into a handstand, which I'm still working on right now, getting a lot better at that. So a simple progression. And one thing that I noticed, I mean, the crow is another great exercise you can work on, incorporate it either at home or as a great part of your core training at the end of your training session there, or at the end of your shoulder workouts, push workouts, really great for that shoulder strength as well. But what I really noticed is that crow is very similar to a planche, which I can't do. And I would love to do a planche, especially arms straight out. And the arms are kind of around the hip area there, and your legs are up off the ground. Like, holy smokes, how are these guys doing? Like, it just seems impossible. Right now, I'm starting off with just a tuck planche. So working on that, hands on the ground. And if I want to try even just holding on to the bars on the floor as well, practice some with that as well. That is a great core exercise. So not only am I working my shoulders, like arms are locked out, my triceps are being worked, shoulders are being worked, working on grip strength if the hands are on the floor there, but the core is engaged. Like you have to really lift the pelvis up as you're tucking the knees there. So your abs are really engaged. A great ab exercise, as well as some functional strength when it comes to your shoulders as well. And then progressing, like talking of abs, like the L-sit is another great one. So it's again a great way of holding your body your arms are locked out, so triceps, your shoulders are getting a great workout. What I noticed the first time when I did an L-sit is I couldn't get my legs off the ground. So it was really difficult to barely get my heels up off the ground. But I noticed that my quads were cramping. I'm like, so why are my quads doing the work? Where is their weakness? Is it my core that's weak? Is it my hip flexors that are weak? So what I've done is, again, they all go together. It's not like calisthenics are better than bodybuilding or bodybuilding is better than calisthenics. You want to incorporate a lot of different modalities when it comes to your overall training. So what I did was start doing more ab exercises that required my pelvis to tilt. So a lot more hanging knee raises, reverse crunches, stuff along that line. That's really going to strengthen the lower abdominal area and just really get myself more that mind muscle connection with my pelvis area, my lower abs and everything as well. So really controlling that pelvic tilt has been a huge impact, but also training my hip flexor. So using the hip flexion machine has made a huge difference. So again, like I really believe like a weakness probably was core in addition to the hip flexors there. So strengthening that, my quads no longer cramp up, but I still need to get my feet up a little bit higher. So the L-sit, again, a great exercise to improve upon your core strength, but it's also working the legs, working your shoulders. It's working a lot of muscles all at the same time. So again, incorporating a lot of those different activities to really, you're piecing it all together. It's not just one muscle group working at the same time. And speaking of the quads cramping up, like a great calisthenic leg exercise would be a pistol squat, something I could never do before. I used to, God, it was maybe 10 years ago, I saw there's like everyone was doing pistol squats. There's like a challenge type thing out there. I'm like, yeah, it's just not for me, but it's incredibly effective at just, again, body awareness, body control, a different kind of strength. You can be really strong with the squat, the hack squat, leg press, all that stuff, but try to do a pistol squat and you just don't have it in you. Yes, balance is involved, but you can hold on to, even if you're holding on to something, a lot of people struggle just to do that one leg at a time. So you're so used to pressing both legs at the same time. Trying it once at a time is incredibly, it's a great overall experience. So I love not holding on to anything. I love holding on to my one foot as I'm squatting down, but ideally trying to get to the point where I don't even have to hold on to my foot. I can just get down into a pistol squat and do different kinds of like curtsy type stuff, pistol squats or kicking out to the side. It's all fun. That's really the beauty of it. Not only are you building a complete physique, so like I said, with my shoulders, like I can do the handstand push-ups, but as soon as my body's away from the wall, I'm not strong in that plane of motion. So trying to incorporate calisthenics to make sure I have strength throughout the entire range of motion, which I believe is going to help prevent some injuries in the future. Again, just trying to be as able-bodied as I can, prevent injuries, and just be strong. And more than anything, just having fun with my training. It's great to incorporate a variety of these elements into our overall training plan, just to keep things fresh, keep things exciting, challenge our bodies in different ways. There's so many different calisthenic exercises. I think I'll probably maybe a good idea to do like different 30-day challenges. I challenged myself for 30 days leading up to my birthday to do a handstand, to be able to hold a handstand for 30 seconds. I was able to achieve that goal. So let's maybe try to set a new goal. What's going to be my goal? To do maybe a planche in 30 days or a handstand push-up with my feet away from the wall within 30 days. There's all these different challenges I could incorporate that I think would add a whole different dimension of fun and keep things exciting and fresh. Like at this stage of the game, after 35 years of lifting experience on my belt, 48 years young, pretty much at my genetic muscular potential. Who knows, with incorporating this new calisthenics, if it can improve upon my physique, add even more muscle to it because it's something different, maybe that's a possibility. But just trying to find ways to keep training fun, exciting, fresh, challenge me in different ways is really where it's at for me. And again, like I said, being able-bodied, really thinking of the long term. I want to be able to be as functional as I possibly can. I think like bodybuilding is functional. Calisthenics is functional, and they're functional in their own ways. So they all have their own benefits. So I think, like I said, incorporating a variety of training modalities into your overall training plan is going to be great. So what are some of your favorite calisthenic moves that you like to do? How do you incorporate calisthenics into your overall training plan? I would love to hear your personal experiences. So please take a moment to share them down in the comment section below. If you enjoyed today's video, please do me a favor and smash that thumbs up button. I'd really appreciate it. If you want to see more videos like this, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Hit that alert button so you're notified each time I upload a video. If you know a fellow bro who would benefit from watching today's video, please do me a favor and share it with them. Before you go, don't forget to download your free guide, Lose Fat, Get Jacked. It's in the top pinned comment below, as well as in the description of this video. Have yourself an amazing day. I'll catch you in the next video.